So let's start off with the World Juniors. Last time we spoke, and we made a video, we covered on the women's being canceled,
hmm
but the men's were still going on, correct?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because the last episode we did was the week of the tournament starting. I think it was like the 23rd, 22nd, somewhere around there when we last recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So like we last talked about how like they were gonna do with like 50% fans and like all that stuff. And then yeah, I mean, all it took was there was the first day. I forgot what day it was. It was like the third or fourth day of the tournament that like there was one game that got postponed and then, or not postponed, but canceled. And the team that got like COVID affected had to forfeit the game. And then I remember hearing that day that if
The
two more
U.S. did
teams
it.
yeah, so if two more teams get affected, then they have to cancel the tournament because the minimum they need is 8 teams. Well, of course, the next day, two more teams. Yeah, the U.S. and I think Czechia was the other team. All got, and yeah, Russia, they were the other team. So those three teams all got positive tests with COVID. All had to forfeit their games, and now you're under the 8 teams. You got 7 teams left. Tournament got canceled. It sucks. It really did suck, but they were talking about potentially moving the tournament to later in the year, like in the summer. So it could still happen, which would be nice. And the players who like would be over age at that point are still going to be allowed to participate because they should have been this time around. So well, let's hope that they get back to it. I want to see a World Juniors, man. Like, I mean, it sucks that it's not going on and didn't happen. We
Well,
would have known the winner by now.
it did partially in the initial results, or even just a glimpse at what was possible. The Connor Bedard getting, what was it, 4 goals in that one game?
Yeah, against Austria. Yeah, that
So
was actually the last game of the tournament.
yeah. So all things considered, hopefully they come back for this year. If not, maybe the youngins go play for Canada in the Olympics. I don't know if that's possible.
It is very possible. I mean, they don't play in the NHL, so
There you go.
if Canada wants to take them and they want to go, then they can go.
I see no reason why not. The Are we done with that subject already?
It feels pretty fast. I don't know if this is just us being like washed up,
I
but
guess I mean, yeah, maybe a little washed up. We got to settle it down here, okay? Because the women's get canceled, and I remember talking with a friend when, specifically my sister's boyfriend, talking about the situation, how it's a shame that the World Juniors was actually canceled for the men's, and I thought that it was good for them or whatever, screw them, because they canceled the women's, and they said they cited the reasons why they canceled it was for safety reasons. So they sort of look
Mhm.
like the NHL, like their backwards approach to it, right? They'll look for profits over the safety of their players, whether or not it's male or female.
Yeah.
Like if the females were making more cash, they would rather put the female out there, and the same situation would happen. It doesn't matter what the sex is; it just matters about the money, and that's not
Mhm.
how it should work. They didn't care about the teams to begin with. It just seems like a failure, and if they do, they should definitely not do it during winter time where COVID is at its worst, or pick a situation or time or a place, bubble the crap out of it. I know that they were sort of bubbled, but not enough because people still went out and went to weddings and whatnot, and that's terrible. So a little bit of a lack of discipline in terms of for the players, but maybe more restrictions is needed from the higher ups. Maybe more money. Again, they were tight for cash already. The year prior, they
Mhm.
canceled, right? Or they had no attendance, so weren't making too much money off of that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially that's the thing too. Once they announced that the capacity was being cut from 100% to 50%, then you lose a ton because obviously with the tournament being in Canada, every Canada game is going to be sold out and going to have max capacity
Pretty
because
much,
we love our hockey here. That's just how it is.
we do.
And yeah, I mean, Canada can like they can fund that tournament every single year because even when it's in like Europe or the US, like they like the Canadians, they travel well, man. They get to that tournament and they fill up that arena no matter where it is. It's good to see.
It is good to see. There's lots of proud Canadians out there, even that don't live in Canada, that still support. Same goes to the NHL. Lots of fans all around the world. Um, that's why we need the international games just as much as we need the NHL. Um, it grows the game.
Yeah.
Just do it right, guys. Do it right.